Yeah, thank you guys for jumping right in and saving me having to explain how I feel about buff bots. Okay, just a heads up, 15 more minutes in this. I think music needs to be a bit of both. I certainly want music that, if you want to say John Williams style stuff, that maybe a little bit big, old Hollywood style as well for epics. But I think ambient music is also important. Can players communicate in PAT? Absolutely. We want to keep the sides talking to each other and also so we can see it. But there's no reason at this point to go with realm-specific language. You have a realm-specific channels that you can talk only to folks in your realm, but you talk in general, you speak in general chat in in English or whatever language you want to actually write in. But there will be obviously no communication once we get further along, no communication between the realms once we get further along. But for now, it would be foolish not to allow it. Any news on the next stretch goal? Nope, that's one of the things we're talking about. We will be sticking to what I had said a few months ago, though, that the next stretch goal was not going to be a big feature. We certainly have enough things on our plate, and I'm not going to try to raise an additional money for the studio by promising that we're going to add these big, cool new features, which could end up delaying the game more. No thanks. For the PATs, what kind of feedback are we looking for? Really, bugs and glitches more than anything else right now. Again, these abilities are not exactly how they'll work, certainly, once we get into alpha. But certainly things like, do you feel movement is too slow right now? Do you feel that the character creation system is hard to understand? Or do you like anything, or love anything so much that you don't want it to change? For example, if you look at the character generation, you go, my God, this is exactly what I want. Tweak a couple of things and it'll be perfect. That's the sort of feedback we want as well. When I come after you in game and kill your character, will I get a prize? No, because I'd have to give away a lot of prizes. I do die a lot, but as anyone internal testers can tell you, I also kill an awful lot of people. I was and still am a pretty good sniper. Will I be looking at adding any more ITs? If you mean people from IT, I mean people who are who are not in IT into IT, absolutely. Absolutely. We're going to keep doing that. Anyone who, we've been watching, obviously, the forums. We've been, getting help from other people as well. We're happy to give people, IT access for helping us out. Any other takeaways from the BSC days? No, not really. I mean, the survey results were fantastic. I couldn't be happier with them. They really tracked very nicely with what I expected, though I was a little pleasantly surprised at the whole Vox thing. We had more support than I thought we would have. Now, for those who don't like the concept, it doesn't mean that we're still going to absolutely positively, no chance in hell of changing it. But we did get a lot of even better feedback than I was worried about. So. Yeah, a lot of people kill Andrew when he's working. So, touting that you've killed Andrew when he's sitting and looking at code, that doesn't get a lot of plus ones. I'm sure some of our guys played DayZ or Rust or other things. Has it influenced anything? No, not really. We play so many games, and the different teams play so many games. Different members of the team play so many different games. It'd be hard to track, to any one game. Any specific ideas on what future stretch goals could be? Yeah, I mean, things like adding another artist, as you say, with a programmer. Don't need to say a stretch goal for a programmer right now because we have open, head count for that. But it certainly could be, for example, another concept artist. Could be for another modeler. So we could add, more stuff to the world to make it feel a little more worldly. Will founders still outside alpha be able to at least create characters? At some point, yeah, certainly. I want all of our backers to be able to play with that as well, just not immediately. How has game industry responded to my BSC ideas? Oh, I don't know. I think some people pay attention. I think other people couldn't give a damn what I do. Doesn't bother me at all. Well, the only people I care about, frankly, are the backers. If you guys are happy with it, fabulous. If you guys aren't happy about it, well, then we're screwing up, and I hope not to do that. Cold Steel, I see about your brother. The only problem with that is right now we're not looking for any junior programmers, which unfortunately your brother would be. So, while he may be very talented, it would be very hard for us at the current time to take in another junior programmer. So I'm sorry about that. If we get further along, or when we get further along, that's a different story. In terms of Full Sail, yeah, it can be quite good depending on where you go, who your professors are, and what kind of programmer you are. We obviously have some Full Sail guys here. Question from Travi. Yeah, I look healthy. I take it that your workouts have been going well. Yeah, other than my knees, which don't feel great. I'm usually in braces. Not bad, heavy, just yeah, I've screwed up my knee a few times, braces, when I work out. But yeah, 4 to 5 times a week, an hour to an hour and a half per workout. I've dropped more than 3% body fat in the last week. So, last month, excuse me. So, very happy with that. But thank you for the compliment and caring. Any plans to interconnect guild communication with social media interaction or external messaging systems? Oh, yeah. We can certainly see what happens there. We're not stressing this, though, as, hey, this is the most connected game, because you could go up on Facebook or you can go on Twitter and all that. Not really worrying about that right now. Not our focus. When do we get to chop down a tree? Probably later rather than sooner, but who knows? Will there be guild alliances? I assume we will have a way for guilds to work together. How sticky that is something we'll have to talk about. Yes, right now we're thinking about Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday for the testing, for the stress testing. Sunday, that way we can get a bunch of people who can't get in during the weekend. Okay, guys, 5-minute warning. Are we still looking at or have any interest in solution network architecture consulting from the Metro DC area? It depends what you actually mean by that. Right now we're pretty confident in what we're doing, but I'm always interested in somebody who's got a way that we can improve what we're doing here. When will we see some more gameplay? Frankly, over the next 5 months, as we continue to add things to it. I stressed both at the time of the delay and earlier in this talk and in between that we're focused on tech first and foremost. If the game can't support a lot of people, then we don't have large-scale battles. If we can't have the sort of ability system that works well, then we can't be BSC. So, we need to be very smart about it, and that's why, for example, just as I said with the delay, and I've said since, we haven't spent any significant amount of time on money to pretty things up, to try to say, oh, don't worry about this, guys, look over here. We haven't done any of that, don't have any intention to. A question about the depths. There will be control of it, absolutely, in order to get in. Macbeth, thank you very much for your compliment. We appreciate it. Team worked very hard and a lot of late nights to get us to where we are. Question about realm ranks. As I've said, anything every time when that question has come up. We don't need realm ranks in the game. The whole game is a realm rank, essentially, if you think about it. We added realm ranks to Dark Age because we needed an advancement system that was different from the main advancement system. But the entire advancement system in this game is RVR. So we don't need realm ranks. We just need things that will continue to allow players to get more skill, to improve their skills, not just to get new skills, and that will allow players, even within a horizontal system, to have a bit of an advantage over new players, whether it's not only the number of skills, but that they actually get better at them. So adding realm ranks to that right now certainly is not something we need. Any thoughts or ideas on the final game's name? Yeah, a lot of them. At some point, I'll explain exactly why we've been delayed right now. You guys will understand then. Zenzima, thank you very much. Thank you. That's a really nice thing to say. Appreciate it. Oh, Rhaegar, do I love answering the same questions over and over? I really don't mind. It's part of my job. It's part of what, whether the people who are asking those questions are backers or even people who may become backers. The only questions I hate answering again and again are the ones where somebody's trying to talk me into something that, we either haven't promised or wasn't part of the foundational principles or anything like that. Because no, we're going to stick to the foundational principles. We're going to stick to what we've said. And just before anyone says, is Mark referring to stealth? No, I'm not referring to stealth at all. Obviously, we talked a lot about stealth, and people on our forums and in IT, thanks, Rhaegar, know that, how I feel about the whole Veil Walker, Veil Stalker idea. Okay, so as is traditional for my Q&As, I'm going to look for one really good question. And so when I see it, I will answer it. And then we will end the Q&A.